an inside view of my birds trapping. You can hear them landing. There you have it, about 70 birds trapping within 15 seconds, 20 seconds, they're all in. That's what we do here. Now I'll give them some grub, and I've been trying to take this video for a better part of an hour and a half, but they kept flying and flying, and then a first batch of like 8 or 9 landed and they came right in. But I wanted to catch the majority of them, you know. So there it is, about 70 birds there, just coming in. And this is my young bird race team that took 32nd place in our last club race 4 days ago. Oh, I'm feeding my birds a mixture of barley and another raisin mix or flying mix. Because they're young birds, I'm doing about a 50-50 mix of barley and that other raisin mix, but I'm controlling how much I feed, and my birds have been able to do really well on that diet. They're light but corky, you know. A lot of muscle on them, not overweight, and I'll change up the ration a little bit as the races get longer. The last race 4 days ago was just 100 miles. I sent 44 birds. I got 44 birds back, and I had literally 38 birds on the drop, or 39 birds on the drop. I got first place to 32nd place, and my antenna didn't pick up about 5 birds or 6 birds. I didn't realize they were in the loft until later that night when I saw one of my favorites, and I decided to see how he did in the race. And I went and I checked the clock, and he was not in the clock. And then I decided to count my birds because I know how many birds I have in the loft, and they were all here. And I had about 5 or 6 birds that did not clock, because you see how they come in. I think the clock may have missed some of them, and it's okay. I mean, you know, I still did well in the race, but I would like to know that I get all my birds back using the clock. So maybe next spring I'll have to build a second trap platform. That way I can have less of a rush to get in, and there will be more birds coming in a more even fashion. Right now they're climbing on each other's backs to get in, and I think that's what they're missing. All of the birds that came individually clocked, but on my first drop I think I may have had 38 birds, 37 birds, but it only clocked 32. And those birds, and I spent all day waiting for those birds to come home, looking for them, only to find out that they were in the loft all along. So I'll have to do something about that. Not this year. I kind of expect thin out a little bit as the races get longer. Hopefully they'll start separating a little bit, and that way all my birds can trap, or even if the clock didn't go off somehow, I can actually snatch them up and clock them in. Which reminds me to tell you guys, last spring when I had the old bird season, the second race, which was 150 miles, I knew I won that race by a lot. But guess what? My clock wasn't working for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I was just learning how to work it, and the birds came in. I wasn't around the loft. They came in. I saw them in the loft. When I looked in the clock to see how they came in, they weren't in the clock. I snatched up a couple, tried to clock them, and it didn't happen. And from that point on, it was a struggle. Needless to say, I did not place in that race. But that's okay. I still took champion loft. Master loft, champion bird, and I had, the following race, I had a drop of 10. That was a 200-mile race, and then I had another drop of 2 or 3, and I was first to 13th in that race. The distance, the time between the first drop and the second drop was about 20 minutes, and I still placed with the first top 12 birds. So my birds are really flying. My best kittle birds are really, really blazing. I have to say that the best kittle birds are really blazing, and the kittle birds are really blazing. But I have them. I'm not flying kittle or best kittle straight. I'm flying them crossed, and they're really, really fast. So those are the birds I have been able to win with. Mostly the best kittle and the kittle. My champion bird, my winning bird this week was best kittle Thomas 6 cross. I gotta snatch him up pretty soon because I'm going to the clubhouse. We're gonna take pictures, and I'm gonna take my first 3 birds for the picture taking process. My first, second, and third bird, and we're gonna do that all season long with the winning birds. When we go to clear our clocks, we take our winning birds, and then that way we have a nice record of it. Okay, thanks for watching. Again, I have 20 young birds that I'll be up for sale starting this coming weekend. I think that the weekend of the 22nd or 23rd, Sunday, exactly a week from now. Today is the 15th, I think. So I think I will have a nice little auction going there. If you guys are interested in any of my young birds before I put them up on a iPigeon, please let me know, because they all are going to go on iPigeon. I just bred 20 birds for sale this year. That's what I will be having, and that's it. Okay, remember, these are top of the line birds. I have selected very carefully over the last 2.5 years, very, very carefully. Eliminated the birds I didn't want, tried the birds that I thought would do well, flew those babies, bred those babies, and this is what I have here. And these birds are doing excellently. And in my process of dwindling down my selections, over the years, I am getting there in a rapid pace, because I think my birds are really, really top of the line bred birds, and they're also very healthy, which is also very important. As the season goes along, I'll tell you how I prepared my birds for the season, what I did and what I didn't do, and share some of my ideas with you guys, how I fed and how I didn't feed. And I also want to talk about how I'm feeding my young birds different to how I fed my old birds, which I think for me is very important. I consider a young bird, even though they might be of a certain age, they're still developing, and so I didn't feed them exactly the way I fed my old birds. But we'll talk about that in another video. Okay? Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Now you've seen my birds strapping. Hope you loved it. They're up there. They're enjoying. They're comfortable, and we talk more pretty soon. Okay? Bye. Talk to you soon. Curtis Air Champ Loves. Feel free to subscribe. Join my channel. Follow me. I'm back posting videos, and talk to you pretty soon. Okay? Bye bye.